Hello there and welcome to Painting with SRP ASMR. So today we're going to try and create an eyeball on the canvas here, and just running through the colours in our palette. We have burnt sienna, deep red, titanium white, sap green, cerulean blue and rich black there. Okay, so what we'll do first, I'm going to take our 2mm fine brush. I'm just going to take a little bit of the old burnt sienna there, bring it down. It's a nice even coverage on the brush. I'm just going to go from one side to the other, like so. There we go. Don't worry, this doesn't have to be perfect. You've got the general shape there. Feel free to rotate your brush. Lovely. Okay. So, let's take the cerulean blue and sap green and give it a nice little mix. And there we go. I want to create this nice, rich green colour there. Okay, and we just want to look at creating the iris. So let's create a pupil in the centre of the eyeball there. And now we have license to come down like so and create your iris there. We want to be a little bit inventive with our brush patterns. Don't be scared to go this way and that. There we go. So you can see your eyeball taking shape there. Lovely. Okay, let's give the old brush a little clean. Okay. Now we want to be looking at our 4.8mm brush. We're going to take some titanium white, liberal amounts. I want to look at covering the sclera, creating a sclera. There we go. Don't worry if some of the colours run. Creates an au natural effect. Don't be scared now. There we go. Just fill the whole sclera there. Okay, the canvas is your friend. Lovely. So while that's drying, we're going to take our 2.3mm. We're going to take some of our black and we're just going to fill in the pupil here. Just going in nice circular rotation strokes there, just like so. Okay, back with our 2.3mm. We just want a little bit of titanium white. Just a little dash here, like so, creating our corneal reflex there. That is your corneal reflex. Okay, so now the eye is taking shape. I'm going to add some fine details. I'm going to go to our deep red. Just want a slight amount on the brush there. And we're going to focus on the sclera and conjunctival surface. This is where you have license to go for it. We're going to create some blood vessels on the surface of the sclera. These are your scleral blood vessels. Don't worry if your eye looks angry. It's absolutely fine. Some slight details there. Lovely. And we need just a slight amount. We're going to focus on the limbal surface, which is the area between the edge of the iris and the sclera. We have some very fine blood vessels here. Okay. There we go. That's looking grand. Okay, and just add some faint strokes, like so. Okay, so what if you want to add some ocular pathology? How about a subconjunctival hemorrhage? Would you like it nasally or temporally? Let's create a little temporal subconjunctival hemorrhage here. Okay, this is where you have more license to go a little bit wild. Create a little hemorrhage there. This is a little hemorrhage. It can be as small or as big as you like. There we go, and we just want to be a little bit fainter. Okay, to stop the brush as we come further out. You can see you have your subconjunctival hemorrhage there. Okay, looking good, looking good. Okay, would you like to add some trichiasis to your piece? Now, let's keep the eyelashes pointing in the right direction. Let's take some more brown, and now we just want to give some little flicks out from the lower lid margin there. Just little flicks will do the job. There'll be a sufficient amount of paint on the brush there. Vary the size. You might have some little more thicker ones. Might have some just lurking in the background, a little bit fainter. There we go. That's looking fine. Okay. So what about adding the meibomium glands? Would you like to add some meibomium glands on the lower lid margin? That's absolutely fine. So we're going to take some deep red and mix in some titanium white, like this. Looking for that nice little pinkish colour. Okay, sticking with the 2mm brush, we just want to add some openings on the lower lash margin. Like so, delicate little dashes. Show you my meibomian glands, which release the lipid layer of the tears. Nice little stabs. Feel free to go all the way up onto the temporal side, as this is the right eye. Your little inner canthus here, just like so. Lovely. Okay, so you see your eye is taking shape there. Okay, we're going to switch to the 4.8mm brush. And we're going to set a lovely background for the eye. Okay, so we're going to take some of our cerulean blue into the palette here. Mix in your titanium white. Just cool it down a little bit. Just want to cool it down. Okay, cool it down with a nice beautiful blue sky. And just go for it. Just go for it now. There we go now. There we go. If you want to add a little cloud, that's fine. A nice little cloud. That's absolutely fine. A little dab there. A little cloud melting into the distance there. Melting into the distance. It's going to melt into the distance there. Lovely. Lovely. Looking at your cirrus clouds, at your cumulonimbus clouds, just feel free to go wild. Looking good. Okay. So what if we want to add a little tree? We can add a little tree. Let's take some of your sap green. Just create your little tree there. A little tree. Okay, don't leave him too lonely. Needs to have a little friend here. A little friend. There we go. A little friend. Good. we'll create a nice little tree here. It's taking shape nicely. Okay, back to the 2mm brush. I'll take some more of our brown. And create a trunk for your tree, like so. Good. Lovely. Little dabs there. Good. So you can see our eye is looking happy, apart from the subconjunctival hemorrhage here. We have a happy eye in the middle of the forest with a nice blue sky. So what else could we think about adding? Well, let's add back to the eye, nice little limbal edge here, just to bring the iris out, and a little bit more detail there, to make the iris stand out very delicately. Okay. Now I'm going to create a little corneal scar using my titanium white, tiniest amount. This eye had a previous eye injury and it left a little scar, a peripheral scar right here. This is where the foreign body landed in the eye there. Create a little scar. Foreign body landing on the cornea there. Okay, I'm going to add the final little detail to the eye. I'm just going to take some of my white here, my titanium white. We're going to add a little bit of the brown here, mix it together. Just cool it down a little bit, cool it down. Okay, this eye may have had, or may currently have conjunctivitis, so we can add a little bit of discharge on the lower lid there, a little bit of sticky discharge just against the lower lid on the conjunctival surface there. Okay. And voila, the piece is finished. Thank you so much for tuning in today. I'll see you next time on The Joys of Painting with SRP ASMR.